Welcome to the Two Chicks with Hiking Sticks podcast. We cover all things natural, cultural, and historical in the world around us. Sit back and enjoy our sometimes snarky, often funny, and never dull podcast. Oh, welcome to the Two Chicks with Hiking Sticks podcast. I am Susan.
I'm Monica.
And
there was no countdown.
There was there?
There was a countdown. We just didn't see it. We're too busy yakking.
I missed the 5, 4. So we are Two Chicks with Hiking Sticks, and we bring to you the natural, cultural, and historical world around us, which, you know, there are many things to talk about in this day and age.
Yes, there are.
And Monica, so what are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to get to talk about a state park here in Texas, which is probably one of my favorite state parks. I happen to like the smaller state parks, and I guess that kind of came about from when I used to RV. When I had my RV, I always felt kind of lost in the bigger parks. They were a lot more chaotic, you know, and when I had my RV, the reason that I liked going camping was to get away from people. And I found that the smaller parks that were older had bigger sites, so less space, you know, less closeness with my neighbors. And I was able to actually go out and enjoy nature. And Palmetto State Park is one of those parks. It's a perfect size. It's only about 240 acres, I think, total, 200 and some odd acres.
That's not very big.
Total. It's not very big, but it's the perfect size, and it's got a lot of hiking trails. And you've been there, right?
I have been there.
Okay.
I was surprised at where it was. I didn't realize it was that close off of I-10, Interstate 10. So I've been there.
And it's located kind of between Luling and Gonzales, Texas, which, Susan, you are one of those history people, not like me, that enjoys all that stuff about wars and things. It's very close to a lot of that area that had, you know, where did we go? Goliad, you know, the state park, and all that stuff about wars and stuff that I don't pay attention to.
Well, so what's interesting about one, it's about, from like where I live, it's about an hour east of where I live for me. And today I wore my Buc-ee's shirt because if you ever go to a Buc-ee's, it's on I-10 out of San Antonio at the Buc-ee's exit is where you turn to go to Palmetto State Park.
That's exactly right. It is right near Buc-ee's, but even better than that, it's not too far from Luling City Market, which has excellent barbecue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's not too far from Luling where there's a great barbecue, or Lockhart where there's a great barbecue. So if you're out in that area, well, actually, it's even closer to Seguin, which has burnt bean barbecue, which is, to me, the best barbecue because it has some of the best sides.
Yes, I have not been there yet. Luling City Market still rules for me, but one of these days I will go to Burnt Bean. I do think it's a little closer to Luling than Seguin, but it's kind of in that triumvirate area. So you're going to get a great little state park with lots of locations for barbecue and Buc-ee's, which is close by. You just can't lose. This is a park where you can't lose.
You never lose with Buc-ee's.
Yeah. And that too, although the Buc-ee's barbecue is okay, but if you're going to go to barbecue, go somewhere else, not Buc-ee's. No offense, Buc-ee's.
It's up from fast food barbecue. It's good barbecue. It's just you can get even better barbecue.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But let's get back on Palmetto State Park.
There you go.
It was established back in 1936, and I think the city of Gonzales is the one that donated a lot of land. And then, of course, private owners donated some land. So right after they established it as a state park, the CCC was instrumental in kind of helping to shape this park. So they created the entry road, the group pavilion, which is beautiful, the water tower, and then the low water crossing. This is like Blanco River State Park, that has that water crossing where you cross over on the road and the water kind of flows over it. This is one of the key features of this park.
Because it has the San Marcos River that runs through it.
Yes, the San Marcos River runs through it.
Which actually goes to San Marcos.
Yes, it does. And for those of us that went to college or university in San Marcos, we know that river well. It was where we would go sit when we were skipping classes. It was great.
Isn't that also where, like, when my great niece graduated from, which is now called Texas State, but when she graduated from there, I think after the graduation ceremony, you actually go run down and jump into the river.
Some people do. I did not.
Okay. But anyhow, that river is kind of a special deal.
That it is a special deal, not only because it's a beautiful little river, it's spring fed. And it was actually in Palmetto State Park, there is a 4-acre lake called Oxbow Lake. And it was not built by humans. It was actually formed when the flood waters caused the San Marcos River to change course, and they kind of left this little disconnected area from the original river. And this is one of the few lakes that is spring fed.
Yeah.
And it's a really pretty little lake inside this park with a really nice little hiking trail that goes around it. But one of the things that's really unique about this park that I really like is that we talked about Caddo Lake, and how Caddo Lake has this kind of prehistoric sort of jungly look. That is something that's going on here at Palmetto, but it's this park, which has the dwarf palmetto, which is what it's named after, is something that does not grow in this region. For some reason, it decided to stick around here. It's usually in the southeastern part of the U.S., these little dwarf palmettos. So there's this little pocket of swampy jungle right in central Texas. It's the weirdest little thing. It's just a strange anomaly park. And I love that.
It's exactly that. I mean, because it really doesn't look or feel like it belongs where it is.
That's exactly right.
And it's kind of like on an episode we did for Guadalupe Mountains National Park. There's like this one section that's like a spring and green and foresty. It's like you don't expect it in West Texas. It's like these little gems that are out there. It's really cool that this land
and that someone had the foresight to see this and think, we need to like preserve everything around this because this is a special little pocket of weird nature that we need to, to keep an eye on and make sure that it's available for everybody to see, because it really is weird. This is the kind of, and it's not the whole park. Don't get me wrong. The whole park is not like this. There's just that one little swampy section, and you can take a little hike through it. It's got like what do they call them? The boardwalk, sort of raised.
Kind of the elevated boardwalk.
Yeah, like a little elevated boardwalk trail that goes through it. But this little section, especially that the park is named after, it was kind of created from the dwarf palmettos, some wetlands, like Spanish moss. It's like almost like a mini Caddo Lake area. It's just weird. It's just weird.
It is, because so they have these trails that are kind of like crushed rock, granite kind of stuff, right? And then the elevated, like you spoke of, and it's just like you're just kind of winding your way through it, and then you come across this clump of, say, dwarf palmettos that are out there, and then the one thing that I really, really loved when I was out there is, and it's known for having lots of birds, is just they have places that you can sit, benches that you can sit, and just sit there and listen to the birds.
This is actually a great birder park.
It is.
I think I read that there are over 240 bird species that have been documented there.
I believe it. And it's the most peaceful thing because it's not a heavily trafficked park, in terms of parks. which is what I like about it too. But it's like it allows you just to kind of sit and listen and take in the nature part, which is really cool.
Well, and going back to the birds, this park sort of falls in line. There are a lot of state parks that kind of fall in line with the migratory patterns of the
Yeah.
birds. This is one, and if you've never been to East Llano River State Park, that park has, I think, 3 or 4 birding areas. And you can see as they migrate through, Palmetto is another stop, and then they're headed down to the coast, and the Texas coast has just tons of birding places.
Yeah.
If you're a birder, these are the places to go. But yeah, tons of birds, a great little spot to just kind of sit. And like I was saying, the whole park is not really this kind of swampy thing.
No.
We'll throw some pictures up here, but there's a spot that's almost like a flatlands of plains, sort of. It was near. I would always like to take my RV and park it right by that area because you could see the sunset in that area through the trees, and it was just flat. Which again, just kind of a weird little pocket in this tiny park.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. But I forgot to mention the CCC. I read when I was kind of reading up a little bit on this, and I wrote this down so that I didn't say it incorrectly. The architects intentionally designed many of the buildings to appear as if they were growing out of the landscape. And
I have to ponder that after being there. I don't know that I would have appreciated it as much.
Exactly. I wouldn't have either, but I did read that the original sandstone refectory, which is now the Pavilion, was originally covered. The roof, it was roofed or thatched with palm leaves.
Oh, wow.
When they first built it, they used a thatched roof, and they used the palmetto fronds. I'm pretty sure it's not that anymore. I don't remember it being that.
I think I would have remembered it when I was there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't recall that being the case.
It's not, but it was. And so
but it makes sense with what the CCC was doing in building to mimic or mirror the area that they were building in. That makes perfect sense.
Yes. Yes. I would have loved to have seen that. I wonder, and I didn't look, but I wonder if they have pictures of it like that with the original palm fronds. I think that would have been a very cool look.
Yeah.
But that's a gorgeous, if you haven't been there and seen that pavilion, that is a perfect example again of what the CCC was doing when they were going in and helping to create these parks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And I would say, the park itself, and we talked a little bit about the hiking that's out there in the Ottine Swamp area and everything, but the thing, because there's really not a lot of elevation, but that's to be expected because it really was this kind of swampland, and so you're not going to get that. But what you do get is that you can, it's not as hard to take in more time and miles to get around. But then they talk about the fact that because the river is there and then there's that lake, is that you can do a lot of canoeing and other activities out there. And what I thought was really cool, and maybe it's just because I don't go canoeing because, well, I don't know how to swim, and I'm free to admit that I'm not ashamed.
Same.
But it's like you can rent the canoe like by an app. Or the kayak by an app. Yeah. You can just it's like Easy Rentals. I don't know, Easy Canoe Rentals or something. I don't remember what it's called. But when you go there, and I have a picture of when I had gone, a sign about what you need to do, because you don't have to bring your own. You can just rent one while you're there. And I thought that was really cool.
That is very cool. I've never canoed in that area. I can't swim well. I can swim, but I can't swim well. But I am ready to get into a canoe and give it a go. I just don't want to dump the damn thing, which I have done before.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. This would be a very cool park for that. I don't know if what is, of course, the ubiquitous Texas San Marcos River, Comal River, Guadalupe River is the tubing.
Well, and they say that because this river is not it's not like a rushing river. That's why
not.
Kayakers and canoers and everybody really like this place, is because it's nice, serene type of getting out on the water.
Yeah. If you've ever tubed down the San Marcos River, which I have, It's not a hard river to tube. And if you don't know what tubing is, if you're watching this from somewhere, another
Up
country,
in
or
Maine.
up in Maine, basically here people rent or own.
They're big
What are
old
they?
tire
Yeah,
tubes.
they're like tire tubes, inner tire tubes that are blown up, and you sit in them. And if you're smart and you're hanging out with smart people, somebody puts an ice chest on one and ties it on, and that's where all your beers and your drinks are. And you tie everyone together and you float down the river together, and you just float and drink. It's fun.
That's
You got
pretty
to
much what it
put
is.
some sunscreen on because you will get burned.
Well,
Um,
and depending upon the time of year you're going, it may be sometimes you have to pick up your tube and walk over some rocks and get back in the water.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's fun. I don't do it anymore because getting in the tube, no. But the San Marcos River is perfect for that, and I'm sure this section of the San Marcos River probably sees a lot of tubers, a lot of kayakers, like you said, a lot of canoers. It's just a very pretty, pristine little location.
It is.
But you did mention, and I don't know the pronunciation, Ottine, the
I call it
swamp,
Ottine, but maybe it's Ottine. I don't know.
Ottine. Well,
Ottine.
did you know? Get ready. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I have no idea.
There is some local folklore that says there have been sightings of the Ottine or Ottine swamp thing.
What swamp thing?
It's a swamp thing. It's been seen in and around the swampy areas, but it's kind of described as a Bigfoot-like creature with
Oh,
dark
Lord.
hair.
I don't buy it. Well,
You talk to people that live around there. I didn't make it up. I read it.
but I will say this because there is some continuity of thought between like Big Thicket that we've talked about,
Yep.
Caddo
Cattle Lake.
Lake
Yep.
State Park area that we've talked
Yep.
about, that they're all kind of swampy areas.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Maybe there's something to that.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't make this stuff
Or
up.
maybe there's not.
I choose to believe it.
Well, I have to just say that I just love going to this park because it's such a pretty park, and it's such a nice park just to get out and get walking around. I really liked it.
There's a lot of really easy hiking trails. There's not, if I remember correctly, I probably have hiked, I think, all the hikes there, if I'm not mistaken, over the years. And I don't recall anything that I felt was taxing or elevation gain or anything like that. Most of them I remember were kind of shady.
Yes.
And just really, it's just one of those places to just get out and get in nature. And one of my favorite things to do is back to the barbecue. If I was going to go camping there for the weekend or whatever, I would stop at City Market and I would buy enough barbecue to last me the entire weekend.
Oh my,
I
there
ate
you
barbecue
go.
all weekend long. Thank you very much.
Well, that's a way to do it.
If you're gonna go out there to Barbecue City, go get your barbecue and set your little tent up and just have at it. They do have one cabin. It's a newer cabin. It wasn't built by the CCC, but it's a newer cabin, and there's one cabin for rent there, and then they've got the tent sites and the RV sites. You're gonna have to rough it a little, even in that cabin. There's no bathroom in that cabin, but you know, where else can you go and sleep for $65 a night? Come on, man. State Park.
My house.
Well, you're not in the middle of a swampy area. That doesn't count.
That's true.
That's true. This is actually, according to a lot of state park enthusiasts, when I was reading through for this, it's considered one of the most unique and underrated parks because of the scenery. In the hill country in South Texas.
And the thing is that, and I can't underscore this enough, it's like, it's not that far off of Interstate 10.
Exactly.
It's really not. So it's kind of like when we've talked about Petrified Forest or, the places that are like literally right off the highway.
Yep.
It is, I don't know how much closer to a major interstate you could get that you would then be able to experience the diversity of this area.
Yep. It's a great park. Again, like I said, I think it's one of my top favorites. That one, Blanco State Park, Bastrop State Park, and East Llano. Those are they're just nice. I think Llano might be a little bigger, but Blanco and Bastrop and this one, Palmetto, smaller parks, great birding areas, super nice scenery. You just can't go wrong with these parks.
You can't. I mean, it's great for all of that and being able just to get out and do some little hiking and stuff and just take in the nature. It is, it's a nice little place nestled in, East Texas and not that far
they're
east.
Perfect. These are perfect day parks. If you don't want to camp, you're not a camper, you don't have an RV, they're perfect day parks. Anywhere from San Antonio to Austin to get to these parks. Yeah. Easy hour drive.
And it's an hour from my house, but remembering I'm on the far west side of San Antonio, almost out of Bexar County. For most people it's probably 30-45 minutes from wherever
for me about 40 minutes. Not bad at all. Just like I said, nice places to get out to, go do a hike, enjoy the scenery, have some barbecue,
and don't die.
Be better? What could be better?
What could be better? Well, there you go. So that's Palmetto State Park. We highly recommend it. So there you go.
Yes, we do.
And if you'd like us to cover more of these types of parks, state parks, local parks, national parks, any kind of park, any kind of place, let us know. Drop it in the comments.
Buy us a coffee. Tell us which one you want.
Tell us which park or place you want us to go to next.
That's right.
And we'll do a 2 Chicks trip.
That's right.
But be sure you subscribe to us so you can catch the latest from the 2 Chicks with Hiking Sticks, and make sure you give us a thumbs up because that is so important to the algorithm. So we would appreciate that. And share, with your friends because we would appreciate that also.
That's right. Yes, we would.
And 2 Chicks are working on a lot of things coming up in future podcasts. So be sure to stay on the lookout. We'll be giving some sneak previews as we work them. We're working on them. I didn't want to commit to a time because I'm not sure when it's going to be done yet.
One day soon.
Yes, one day soon, one episode soon. So be sure you stick with us because we've got some new exciting stuff coming up.
Yes, we do.
All right. Anything else, Monica?
I think that about covers it.
All right. Well, good. All right. Well, then remember, hike your own hike.
Let's go get some barbecue.
Go eat some good barbecue. And we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening, and remember to follow our podcast wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to 2 Chicks with Hiking Sticks on YouTube, where you also get to see our lovely faces, pictures, and videos of our journey.